Read a book, because it is science. Read a book, you will can see the world. Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To honorable judges and audiences. First of all, let me introduce myself first. My name is Rechan Fouresty Anugrah, and I'm from study program Biology Education. Today, I would like to tell you about my speech, which titled Increasing Reading Activities Support SDGs for an Age. One day, when I was walking somewhere in the light, I found many teenagers playing games, and I approached them and invited them to study together. And they said, "What do we study?" It would better we play a fun game, better we study. It's a boring and haunted place to visit. Therefore, it is important to foster a reading culture in the library. Reading activities can increase people's intelligence. Of course, the libraries as a center for reading activities has a big role in increasing interest in reading, improving mindset and the level of intelligence of the community itself. This can be seen in people in development countries. For example, Japan. Do you know Japan? Japan people on average have high IQ and are almost no longer illiteracy. And even more surprising, senior high school in Japan have higher score in mathematics and science than senior high school in the United States of America. This can occur because the program to eradicate illiteracy, technology illiteracy, and the development of library in the country. The success of the Japanese government policy we can see now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, based on the facts, we can see how the influence of education and library development that can do seriously, that can produce an intelligent society and a country that is strong in educational fields and economic fields. And this is related to SDGs 4 and 8. Then what about our society? The issues in our society of SDGs 4 and 8 very decreasing. According to data from OECD in 2023, reading culture among Indonesian people will at the bottom of 52 in East Asian regions. Then the illiteracy among Indonesian people reach 10%. If many people will not reading book, their ability to understand information well will weaker. Their ability to get information, problem solving, critical thinking, and focus become lower. It's said to see Indonesia and the country will lose, so lagging behind the country. It's said to see of our society still going backward. Then, do we just keep quiet and silent? Look condition like this. Do we just keep quiet and watching the fate of our nation without doing anything to change the situation? Of course, no, bitch, no. We, as Indonesian people, can support government policy by implementing 2G steps in our area. The first G was good library management. We'll be able to change the paradigm of some of our society who consider libraries as a haunted and place to visit, to assumption that libraries are promising and fun to visit, so that the student in our area can feel the beat of the head of their education. And the second G is growth steps. Let's increase reading activities. Let's change of the paradigm of some of our society that looks down in reading. Let's spread the information that reading activities has great benefits. So we can conclude, ladies and gentlemen, reading activities has great benefits, can open branch of knowledge toward an intelligence that can ultimately make this country a great and advanced country. With the authority and support of the government policy and implementing 2G steps and reading activities. With that, we can improve the implementation of SDGs 4 and 8. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I close my speech, I have a jargon. Do you want it? If I say reading activities, you answer increasing intelligence, okay? Reading activities, increasing intelligence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my speech. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.